part of his proposal. Again, his budget is not likely to be passed. But here's the problem. I wrote an article about this. It'll be in my newsletter today. If I can get my newsletter done, it'll be in my newsletter, which will be light on news, at least from me, since it's been a bit of a crazy week. But I did write a little article this morning early about this part of the budget that is talking about a cap on what the wealthy can put in their IRAs and 401ks. Now, what the plan proposes is that you cannot accumulate more than $3 million in your retirement account. Now, I don't have to worry about that, and probably a lot of you don't have to worry about that. But that's not my point. The point is not that President Obama says we want to put a cap on that to the wealthy, that they can't put more than $3 million. That's not the point. And what I'm afraid of, and this is why I wrote the article, I don't want you and everybody else to miss the bigger issue. You know how I am about the consequence of something long term, because we don't have in Washington, D.C., they don't have the ability to think about these unintended consequences. But here's the bigger picture and the bigger issue on that. Basically, what the president has he's now let everybody in the country know, whether you are just starting out, have a very small IRA, whether you have a big one, what he is letting everybody know that with a stroke of a pen, the rules can change on our IRAs and 401ks. We never felt that before. Now what he's doing is undermining the confidence in saving in our 401ks and IRAs. That with a stroke of a pen, maybe an executive order, maybe another piece of legislation, that the rules are going to change or can change with our retirement savings. And it's a scary thought, and it's going to undermine confidence if there is any. So what little bit of confidence we have in the banking sector and the financial sectors, now in our 401ks and IRAs, is going to be eroded away, because now we are involved in a system that I guess is going to be able to change with the stroke of a pen. These are rules that we felt confident. This is it. I did this because I knew the rules. And now he is doing to the individual investor, or letting the individual investor know that, just like the same thing that corporate America knows right now, why corporate America is so afraid to do anything right now, because they don't care about regulation, corporate America. They don't care about tax structure to a certain extent. They just want to know what they can work with in the future. They just want to know that it's static. They want to know that it's not going to be constantly changing, and they don't have to plan a strategy that their strategy is going to have to change because the rules change. Now they're bringing that to home to you and I. And that's the problem, and that's going to be the unintended consequence of this rule or of this plan in the president's budget. Now, keep in mind, it's not likely to get passed. But I don't hear anybody raising a stink about this from either side of the aisle. And everybody is going to say, well, it's just a matter of the rich. That's not the point. It's not just for the rich. The point is, we now understand that you can change the rules midstream. You can change the rules at any time. How do we even begin to understand or have any faith and trust in something that we're trying to do to secure a retirement for our future when the rules could change? So, as usual, this is another rule, another thing that is giving us an indication, or I'm going to say confirmation, that I've been right for the last 10 years, in that nobody on Capitol Hill or in this administration, and it has been this way for years, can think about unintended consequence or cares about unintended consequences. So you're going to take a consumer confidence that is pretty much, close to 20, 30%, on the banking system and the financial sector, and undermined it even further. Now I've got to worry, is the long arm of the government going to reach in and change change the playbook totally on my IRA and 401k.